Good morning, Morris Knolls. Welcome to this edition from News from the Nest.
I am Joseph Whitmore with my co-host Jonah Krulik. Let's get rolling and see what this episode has to offer.
Today's show includes a look into Denville's farm market, a reflection on the spring musical Mamma Mia, the controversial graffiti up Green Pond, a look into what's happening in Ukraine, and why the Morris Knolls jewelry sale is so important.
Hey Jonah,
What?
what city do you get with a waffle on a beach?
Enlighten me.
San Diego.
Speaking of breakfast pastries, the Denville's farm market is a favorite for many people living near Denville. But how do the vendors feel about selling there? Reporter William Champleone has the scoop on this old town tradition.
Since 2009, the Denville's Farmers Market has hosted a wide variety of local merchants to sell their goods. We asked vendors to comment on what they think makes the Denville's Market so great. Hello, I'm here with Lisa, and today we're going to talk about baked goods. So what's your business?
My business is called Sweet Niche, and I do all savory and sweet treats for the Denville Farmers Market and Beignets, the donut place in town.
So when did you start serving the Denville's Farmers Market?
June 2010. I'm one of the original vendors from when it first started.
What inspired you about the Denville's Farmers Market to make you start when it started?
Well, they actually reached out to me, and this is really a hobby of mine because I love to bake and I love to cook. And unfortunately, my son graduated college, so I have nobody to cook for anymore.
How has the Denville Farmers Market impacted your business?
Well, Denville is a tremendous community. Everybody comes out and supports not only the farmers markets, but all the small businesses in towns also. It's a great community.
What has been your favorite memory from serving the Denville's Farmers Market?
The customers here, we have the best customers, I think, anywhere, and they're all so friendly, and even if they're not buying anything, they just come by to say hello.
The market is open from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Sunday. You can find everything from Pigalicious freshly pickled goods to coffee from Greenwood Lake Roasters.
You can find us at online. You can find us up in Greenwood Lake where the coffee is roasted, where I roast the coffee. You can find us at the Montclair Farm Market and the summertime at the Teaneck Farm Market.
That's wonderful. So where do you get your coffee?
So I'm actually what's known as a Q grader, a quality grader of coffee. So I'm certified. It's effectively being a master sommelier of coffee, but it's a little bit more. I work directly with farms from around the world. So I bring in over 30 different coffees at any given time. I have coffees from Indonesia and Africa, South America, Central America, and from several different farms. So we get lots of different stuff coming in. I roast a lot of different methods to create a lot of unique coffee roasts. All of our coffees are very smooth, rich, and flavorful, and all of them taste different from one another. We don't do any flavored coffees. The coffees have enough flavor on their own. They really stand up.
And how do you think being here at the Denville's Farmers Market has impacted your business?
Oh, it's been very good for our business. It helps us since we're about 45 minutes north with no traffic from Denville area. This definitely helps us get exposure to a whole different crowd than we normally would from our regular shop location.
You can clearly see all these businesses still open, even though it is very cold outside. As a matter of fact, you can even get a freshly baked cinnamon roll here. It really does taste as good as it looks. Reporting from News from the Nest, I'm William Champleone.
I didn't even know there was a Denville Farmers Market until now. I'll be sure to check it out next time I have the chance. I love home-baked pastries.
Wow, they have some awesome food choices. I can't wait to go to the next farmers market. But before I do, I have to check out the behind the scenes of Mamma Mia. Reporters Jonah Krulik, Anya Phil, and Abigail Shue have an inside look at what goes into our school productions.
On March 16th, 17th, and the 18th, the spring musical Mamma Mia was held in the Morris Knolls Auditorium. A lot of work was put into the musical by the cast, lighting, sound, and MKTV crew. Special circumstances made this a very emotional show for many people.
This was the first year that the current seniors could perform with a full audience since their freshman year due to COVID, making it very sentimental. We also had the chance to speak with members of the main cast, getting personal insight on their experiences with the Knolls Theater program and this year's musical.
I'm here in the Morris Knolls Auditorium with some members of the Mamma Mia cast. They're here to talk about their experiences working with the Morris Knolls Theater program.
This was the last musical directed by Miss Gary, who has run the program for over a decade.
Knowing that it was Miss Gary's last year was obviously very hard on me and the entire cast, as I had her as a teacher for my 3 years coming into Knolls. I am out of district, and because I'm in the Academy for Performing Arts, and Miss Gary has been my teacher for all 3 years that I've been there. So it's kind of like leaving your best friend at a camp or at a party or something like that. You don't know if you'll ever see him again, but you had such a good experience with them that you cherish every single moment that you have with them. One of my favorite memories was on opening night of our show. We're doing the song that I sing, Lay All Your Love, and all the boys came out in wetsuits and flippers, and the audience started cheering like a wild zoo, and it just increased everyone's energy. It brought the biggest smiles on all of our faces.
They put a lot of effort into the play, practicing for hours at a time every week, learning complicated routines and the script.
The last show, we had the biggest audience, and it was definitely our best show, and it was just awesome to see all these people standing up at the end and cheering for all of us and all of our hard work and dedication that we put in, and it's really nice to show that off and get that reaction. Being in the cast, it really becomes a family. It's so inclusive, and everybody's loved, and you become this group of people that not only gets to put on a show, but connect through the theater and rehearsal and the shows and stuff like that. And it's really, really awesome being in the cast.
It was a pleasure to talk to the cast and hear about their experiences working with the Morris Knolls Theater program.
We hope the best for Miss Gary, and we're excited to see the future productions our school has to offer. This has been Jonah Krulik
And Abby Shu,
reporting for News from the Nest.
It was great getting to see what the actors had to say about their time working on the set of Mamma Mia. With a long history of excellent performances, I'm excited to see what the future holds for performances coming to Morris Knolls.
If you've ever driven on Green Pond Road in Rockaway, you might have noticed a big American flag spray painted on the side of a mountain. But there's something new painted there. Reporter David Greshak has more on the controversy surrounding this rock.
One of the best parts about living in Rockaway or Denville is that we have everything from farms to large woodland areas, like Wildcat Ridge in Rockaway. Located in Rockaway, it's a great local spot to explore with lots of large trails and landmarks, like the Graffiti Cliffs. The Graffiti Cliffs are a cliff face that overlook Green Pond Road, covered with spray paint. People have written everything, ranging from names, initials, and most notably the American flag. Most of the graffiti can be seen from at least a mile away. Recently, there has been some controversy as someone spray painted a MAGA logo on one of the cliff faces overlooking Green Pond Road. For those who don't know, MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. This is the campaign slogan of the former 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. People have been sending angry letters to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection calling for the political messages removed. Officials say this tag cannot be removed as it is too dangerous to scale the rocky cliff and remove it. But why should we be bothered that someone else expressed their opinion just as the other vandalizers did? Should we really remove this tag from a place of self-expression like the Graffiti Cliffs? Anyways, this has been David Greshak from News from the Nest.
Hopefully this problem finally gets resolved soon after years of this ongoing issue. It is interesting to see where the freedom of speech debate goes and what happens to this beloved local rest spot.
To more local news, the Morris Knolls Shirley sale has lots of amazing pieces of jewelry on sale, and you might have never even heard of it. Reporter Mayron Suarez is the latest on this upcoming sale.
Do you want to donate money and look great doing it? Well, the NAHS is selling jewelry to fund a senior scholarship. The National Art Honor Society, or NAHS for short, is selling jewelry to raise money for their senior scholarship fund. During April and May, the NAHS will display the jewelry next to the first floor girls' bathroom near the attendance office. This year, their goal is to raise $1,000 to 2 seniors for a scholarship. As of the writing for this story, they were at the $400 mark, but with your help, they can give 2 lucky seniors a scholarship. The jewelry is made from resin, a 2-part plant-derived compound. It's a clear liquid that gets poured into different molds. They add dried flowers and do many beautiful ink designs. They also make jewelry made of wire and paper with different types of twirling and manipulation techniques. Their prices are affordable and can range anywhere from $5 to $30. They have created keychains, earrings, and beautiful key-themed necklaces too. These are 3 different types of jewelry offered, and with more options being produced as their inventory sells. Teachers and students are volunteering their time to make these beautiful artworks. In previous years, the NAHS have only given 1 scholarship and some art supplies. Every year they try to do more. To become a member of the NAHS, you have to be currently and/or have previously taken an art class with an average of 90 or higher for the first marking period of the year you are applying for, and a 90 or above for the last marking period of the last school year. You can self-nominate as an art student, or a teacher can nominate you. The NAHS was also able to sell jewelry at the Spring Chorus concert. They sell their regular jewelry and made music-themed jewelry as well. They put a display in the lobby of the auditorium so friends and family can buy jewelry. And the week before spring break, they made a lunchtime make-your-own bracelet event to provide students an opportunity to express themselves, have fun, and be introduced to the art program. If you are interested in buying from the display, you can find Ms. Balzell's room, A19, or can email her at jbalzell@mhrd.org. You can pay cash or Venmo. This has been Mayrin Suarez reporting from News from the Nest.
I might have to check out the sale after learning about it. I didn't know about all the work and effort that had to be put in it for all of it to come together, and it's for a good cause.
Not so local but making an impact at home is the invasion of Ukraine. Each day the fighting continues to take thousands of lives. But how did we get here? Reporter William Champlion and Kevin Wong explain the history of the nations.
In recent months, tensions between Russia and Ukraine have increased.
On February 24, 2022, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, ordered Russian soldiers to invade Ukraine, destroying cities and attacking civilians.
Putin claims that Ukraine attacked Russia first and justifies his actions as a way of denazification. Although there are Nazi militias in Ukraine, they make up a small minority of fighters. It is important to note that Ukraine did not attack Russia first.
As a result, Russia is attacking innocent Ukrainian citizens in cities like Kiev. Many countries have answered Ukrainian President Zelensky's call for help, as the protection of Ukraine allows for the continuation of ideals for democracy, human rights, and freedom.
The European Union, NATO, and G7 are working together to try and end the war and create an agreement, though things aren't going too well. So far, Ukraine's allies have only utilized sanctions, which are financial limitations, and put restrictions on goods and energy. In addition, NATO has deployed troops in neighboring allied countries like Poland in case military aid is needed. However, no troops from the allies have been deployed in war territory yet, as fear of Putin's threatened use of nuclear weapons has the entire world on edge.
The ultimate goal of Western countries is to make sure another world war does not occur while still supporting Ukraine.
Despite the invasion starting recently, tensions between the two countries have occurred for years, starting from when the USSR claimed Ukraine in 1922. Since then, analysts believe that both sides have continued to have conflicts with each other, as the Ukrainian people want freedom, while the Russians have wanted control over the territory as a way of protecting themselves against the Western countries.
Ukraine has remained strong throughout this entire war, and on behalf of all of the MKTV team, we send our regards to those who have been affected by this war, both here and in Ukraine.
Through various donations of money and items, you too can aid suffering Ukrainians. This has been Kevin Wong
and William Champlion reporting from the News from the Nest.
What's happening in Ukraine is devastating. We hope that this war stops soon, ends peacefully, and both nations to find an outcome that would prevent any more unnecessary loss of life.
We hope that you are enjoying the new format, and we look forward to creating new episodes.
If you would like to see more, log in and subscribe to our YouTube page following the link at the bottom of Morris Knolls' webpage.
Click the News from the Nest logo and then the bell to be informed of new uploads.
We'll be back again next week with our next edition from Block 2.
This has been
The Best from the
Nest.
Nest.